The other phone, the guy can check you or something. I never phone again.
Always with it.
You want to play. You don't want to watch YouTube. Chira.
I hate it.
Are you sure? Well, Pakadi, I'm doing something. Can't you get it?
You're not giving me enough. You're not going to give me.
A band about something. Yes, you can see.
Daddy, but you cannot be collecting somebody's food. How do you wash? I want to stop.
I'm on live.
Listen, are you talking to me? Mama, are you talking to me? Are you talking to me? Daddy? Daddy cannot really do good things, but you cannot share. You can't even share. Daddy can't even share. Can't even share. How do you know if you're watching YouTube on channel while you're betting? Not that I like to do that.
Comment tu tombes?
How far can we thread now? You can just rest. When you are ready, let me know.
Okay. But you are able to log in.
Yes, but when you are ready, just let me know.
Okay.
Do you know that I'm doing something? This boy, I'm doing something. I'm on live thread. I don't like that nonsense. What's your problem? Can't you see that I'm on a call? How far are you busy now? Okay, ele mgbe ichike na-aba n'ụlọ. Ị nwere earphone na? Because ihe m na-egosiri gị na ị ga na-elenu na screen, ị na-aghọta? Ya na iji earphone ma ọ na ị ga na-anụ ihe m na-ekwu ma agbanyere gị link, because ihe m na-achọ n'ikwu ịnidiri na-elekwe na screen phone gị. Nsogbu adịghị, ka m share gị link. I'm just trying to get a very perfect example so I can start explaining certain things for you. Alright, the target is basically to make 10% on my capital. In this case, this capital is $659. So I already have traded in the morning, and I made the okay. I started this morning with either 500 and something dollars. Then I made about 17% on it, which made this amount what it is, which made it this this $659 that is currently. So I just want to try and see if I can be able to make a little bit more this night if I don't bet. One thing about trading is at the onset it could require some sort of inputs and dedication. It may not necessarily be about financial input. It could just be that dedication, your time. But it's a skill that really worth it. It's a skill that if you eventually learn it, you will live with it for the rest of your life, which makes sense, a whole lot of it indeed, you know. So the best thing you can do, the resources you're gonna build currently is just to be able to learn as much as you can. I can remember in those days when I was just trying to learn this, I just looked at it as if I have no other things to fall back on. So I dedicated my time, you know. Every day my chat is always on. My computer is always on. I don't even turn it off. So always grinding and all that, you know. So I dedicated my time, everything. Just about that. I really grounded anyway. It wasn't really easy in those days. I was just doing just anything I can to survive. Eventually, I got to a point where I can now say, well, it's good so far, at least. You know, I can now rely on my trading skill to determine what I can make in a month or in a week, solely based on my trade, my ability. You know what it means. So I just took the first trade, a higher option. So what this simply means is I am predicting that this market will end in green. Then if it doesn't end in green, I will have to take 2% because I actually somehow do a martingale system, meaning if I lose a trade, I will have to multiply my last trade amount, by 2 to be able to recoup both my loss and my input eventually. So for example, this trade is currently going against me. So what it means is I already put 2% of my capital, for the next trade. That is if this one eventually goes against me, but so far it's going in my favor. So I got it, so I won it. So that's my first attempt of this evening. So what this simply means is I won this trade. Then remember I started this account with 650 something, so the last trade gave me a profit of about $6. That's my first trade. So I'm now looking for another opportunity. So what you have to do is just to bring out your time. Trading is a skill, and no skill can be learned through, let me say, a sort of if you don't really dedicate. If you put in the time, believe me, just time, just in a matter of time, you just become whatever it is. But then if you are able to, let me say, bring this dedication, grind it yourself, grind it out for like 2, 3, 4 months, believe me, you can just say this is what you can do. At least you can know the basics, know what your expectations are and all that, So for me to make 10% on this account means that I will need to win like about 10 threads. See, if I win 10 threads, I'm gonna make 10% on this account. Just as simple as that. But then there's another caveat. If anything have the ability to give you money, you also know that that same thing has equal ability to take money from you. So what am I saying? For example, this trading, if this trading have the ability to say give you 10% on this account, which is $65 or a little above that, it means that it can also take $65 or even more from you. So that is what it means. So that is what it means. If trading has the ability to give you money, it equally has the ability to take money from you. So in that case, you have to only put that which you can be able to. You have to only put that which you are willing, or you can be able to, or you can afford to lose. If you understand what it means. Only put that which you can afford to lose. That is what it means. But then, as for time, you really have to give it time, serious time. Just believing that this is indeed what you want to do. In the absence of that, you will just be wasting your time. You get? You will simply be wasting your time. But then another thing is practice, because no matter how much you try to learn a particular skill, if you haven't put in that practice, you won't really go anywhere. What do I mean? All right, I just won my second trade of the night. So what do I mean? If you want to learn how to drive a vehicle, how to drive a car, for example, you go to, let me say, driving school, and everything they teach you there is just about say theory without practicals. You might just graduate from that driving school without really knowing how to drive. Yes, you might just graduate from that driving school without knowing how to drive. So what do I mean? The next thing you got to do is create a demo account. Don't trade with real money yet. Oh shit. Don't trade with real money yet. You can just create a demo account. With that demo account, you can be able to just practice everything I'm going to teach you. I haven't really started telling you about the technicalities in trading. I'm just still talking about just the normal small introductory aspects of it. So when we talk about real technicalities of trading, then you will now start practicing them, you know, and see what becomes of you in a couple of weeks or more. But then to be really profitable needs time. You have to dedicate time and all that to really understand it and then start making money from it. It's not something you just jump in and you start making money. No, anybody that promises you that is just a joke. All right, so far we have 3 threads, so I'll keep going. I will keep going. Just a gradual process, and before you know it, you're already there. Before you know it, you're already there. But I may not really complete this session. I might just stop at if I'm able to make like $700 here, I just stop. Alright. I don't know how long you can actually spend in watching this, but if you don't really have the resources to watch these videos, if you don't have the resources to watch these videos and don't miss anything I mention here, this is really important. Don't miss anything I mention here. Remember, I started this account with about $650 something. So far I have made about how much? Okay, I'm currently, okay, let this one close, then I'll know how much I have made for this night and this night. Okay, today, okay, if I win this trade, I started with $659 this evening, and this is how many minutes? This is under about 20 minutes now, so I currently have 682. If you do 682 minus 659 minus 659, that's I have made $23 since I started this evening trade. Since I started speaking with you this evening, I have made $23. But meanwhile, today in total, I started this account with 561. So that is to say 682 minus 561. So far today I have made $121. You know what it means in naira today, you know. So the only thing that can help you if you're in Nigeria, you know, this is approximately 182,000 naira. I didn't even leave my house today, so I don't know how many people that left their house that's able to make this kind of money, if you know what that means, you know. So what am I saying? This is just a sort of, it should be a motivation to you, but mind you, you really need a little bit of resources, that is to say, at least to be able to watch these videos. If you don't watch them, it's gonna really be hard, you know. It's, in all honesty, gonna really be hard for you, because you're not paying anybody, you're not paying me. The only thing you can do for yourself is just to dedicate that time, you know, grind it out, then see how far you go. So see how far you go. Create an account, follow what I'm doing. How do I do it? You can see my screen. This is up and down. What this thing simply means is, if I say I'm going to take a higher option or up option, it simply means I am predicting that this market, this candle you see in here, I'm predicting that it's going to go up instead of coming down as it is coming down. But if I predict that this, if I take a down direction, it means that I'm predicting that this candle is going to go down. Meanwhile, these things you are seeing here, these green red stuffs you are seeing here, is called candlestick, Japanese candlestick. That is what they are called. So what you do in binary option is you are taking a direction that the market will go this direction or that direction in a specific time. In this case, I am taking a contract of 1 minute. 1 minute means that I am predicting that in the next 1 minute that this candle is gonna go up. So if I predict that this candle excuse me, if I predict that this candle is going to go up in the next 1 minute and then it doesn't go up, it means that I have lost that trade, you know. So when I lose a trade, what do? I will double my stake and try again, you know. So you keep going until you win. Then based on that principle, each time you win a trade, you're going to recover everything you have spent and get some returns as in profit. So that is how my system works, you know. So now what happens is, this is trade. All these things you see up are different currency pairs. I am the one actually who put them here. All these are different currency pairs. You can have as much as you want. I personally decided to bring them up here for easy access, so you can have as much as you want up there, you know. So what it simply means is I can always just access any of them by directly going, instead of trying to scroll down, you know, to find anyone that I want. So now this is called Japanese candlestick. But then this, their color is normal, is traditionally the color the platform gives it. You can actually change your own to any color of your choice, but it doesn't really make any difference, you know. Then how does it work? So if you predict, like I said before, if you predict that the trade is going to go up in the next 1 minute, you can use 1 minute. I personally use 1 minute. You can use 2 minutes, you can say 3 minutes, you can say 4 minutes, you can say 5 minutes. People can even say 4 hours. In the next 4 hours that the market will be high. But what you are actually predicting is that this market, if you are entering from here, for example, let me put this horizontal line here. If for example, you are entering at this horizontal line, let me change the color to white so you can see. I don't have white here, shame. Okay, let me use this one, it's a little bit brighter. Okay, then increase the, all right, good. Okay, now see how it works. If my entry is here, maybe I entered at this place, and I predict that this candle, that in the next 1 minute that the market will go down. It simply means that if this market in the next 1 minute doesn't go down, doesn't go below my entry point, in this case here is my entry point, So if this market at the end of the next 1 minute didn't go down as I predicted, maybe I choose a down direction in the next 1 minute. If in the next 1 minute, instead of this market ending here, it ended above this my yellow candle, it simply means that I have lost that money. Whatever it is I staked, I have lost it. It means that whatever it is I staked, I have lost it. But then if it goes in this direction, it means I will win a certain amount, as the case may be. You know, for example, in this place I am investing 1% of this money I have here. What I have currently is 682. So 1% of it is about $6.82. So I am investing $6.82 that the market will go a certain direction. You know, so if it goes in my favor, the payout will be around $13.16. That is to say, I will make a little over $6 in profit. The payout is actually 93% of any amount I put. So if I put $100 instead of $6 and say the market will go down, it means that I will make a profit of 93% of $100. That's to say, I will have $93 return. So these are just the the basic things you have to really understand. You know, my target daily is about making 10% of my capital, even though I have already made that this morning. This morning I made about 17%, because I started this morning with $561. Then I ended about in a balance of about 659. You know, that is 17% of 500 and 17% of 500 and 561. That's a profit of $98 was what I made in the morning. Then this evening, I'm just bored. I decided to just you know, try one or two things. You know, but it's not, this is unprincipled way of trading. Actually, it's not really ideal. It's not the best way to trade, because you have to, as a trader, have your daily target. If you too expose yourself, because this is actually one of the, you know, easiest and way to make money and the easiest way to lose money in this life. Yes, you can lose a whole lot if you've gone through the history of people who have lost money trading. They are numerous, and you know, to mention. So what does that mean? The lesser you expose yourself to the market, you know, the better for you. So that is why you just have to just dive in and then get out. You don't have to stay too long. If you stay too long, no matter the system you're using, the market is so dynamic that it will always you know, at some point try to do just opposite of whatever it is you are taking as your bias, as your conviction for trades. You know, so what am I saying? In all essence, the most important thing is just to decide that you want to be a trader. And then more so, another thing, there are different types of trading. You can actually do forex, you can do stock market, you can do cryptocurrency, you can do binary option. What I do is binary option and cryptocurrency. The reason is because they require, I do forex too, but then I dedicate more time to binary option and cryptocurrency because they don't require so much money to trade, unlike forex markets, you know. And then you have a whole lot of trading opportunities in them that you might have in normal forex. So that's another thing. So you select the market that best suits you. You select the market that best suits your personality. So whichever it is that best suits your personality, you select it. If it's binary option, you know, I am not a person that has abundance of patience. So that is why I prefer binary option. You know, I just want something that I will just do and get out, you know. So now to get started, if you don't have accounts already, you create an account. You can use my link, and well, you can use my link. That's the only way you can help me. I get paid anyway for promoting the website, but it has no extra charge. It has no extra cost on you as somebody that used my link. So then I do live trading every day from 4 a.m. to before 6 a.m. Sometimes it can take 2 hours depending on the day's market condition. Then to trade with my system, you need at least $100, But then as a beginner, I wouldn't advise you to start trading. If you must trade, you have to really trade with somebody that's already trading, so that whatever it is their direction is what you're going to take. You know that you are actually trading based on the signal they give to you. You are not trading solely on your personal analysis, because you can't really do much as a beginner. So that is just that. Create account, start with demo. I'm gonna teach you very basic thing you gotta do. What I'm doing here is practically, let me say, if you see 3 candles of the same color, you take opposite direction. 3 candles of the same color, opposite direction. That's what you're gonna do it for. If you go opposite and you lose, you wait to get another signal in that same manner. It's just as simple as that. It doesn't really take much. It just takes dedication. But believe me, for the meantime, you will really spend money. The money you're gonna spend is actually gonna be more on educational. For example, in this case, you are using data to watch this live session you are watching. So that is just the money you're gonna spend, but it makes sense. It's not the same thing as those of us that bought even courses of I even bought a course of £3,000 in those days. One guy in UK, then a white guy anyway, although he did pretty well in my life. Then bought so many online ebooks, which makes sense too. But then the truth is, anything it is that you can get paid, you can actually anything it is you are paying. Meanwhile, I took a trade. I took a higher option here, so you can see that I took a higher option, meaning I am predicting that this current candle will end in green, and so far is going in my direction. So if I don't win it, I will take another trade with 2% of my money. And fortunately, I won the trade. So I currently have $688. Remember, before I took this trade, I had about $682. So that is to say, I've made a little over $6 again from this trade. Meanwhile, overall, I started this evening with 659. So going by that, I have made 688 minus 659. That is, I have made $29 so far. You know what it means? That is in under how many minutes? In under 30 minutes or so, I have made $29. So $29 in Naira is almost 43,000 Naira. So that is just how it works. So I will try to get another trade. I'm looking for another good trade. Searching for another good trade. But meanwhile, there's another thing. When you are trading, remember that binary option trading requires a whole lot of requires a strong network, meaning you have to be sure that your network is okay, and then you have to be sure you are composed. What I mean is, it's not something you're just gonna, maybe you are in a bus stop and you be like, you want to trade. No, just in your best time. If you are too weak, feeling dizzy, please don't just go there. Don't go into it. do it in your most convenience. And then the better thing, the good thing about it is this chart, this market is 247 because it's actually called OTC market. OTC market simply means over the counter. It's actually a computer simulated action. This is not real market. This is not real forex market, although there are real forex market. But why I don't really take them is because their payout is usually below this 90%. You know, it's always around the neighborhood of 80 something. But apart from that, it's good. It's good, but then it doesn't give opportunity for this thing, what do you call it, for 1 minute contract. It gives from 2 minutes contract, you know. And then I don't really take interest on 2 minutes, but I can still take interest on 2 minutes, but I don't always do that. So going by that, OTC market is 247 market. You can always come any time of the day to trade. Within 24 hours, it's always on, even on weekends. Of course, by now, the forex market is already closed, but this one is still ongoing, you know. So that is what it means. You just got to take it serious, you know, and then enjoy yourself as you do. It makes a whole lot of sense. You know what I'm saying? It makes a whole lot of sense. It's worth all the attention you will give to learning. It's really worth it. It's one thing that no matter how bad the government is, it's not gonna affect what's happening in your life, because your economy is no longer going to be based on your immediate environment. You know, if you're in Nigeria as I am, you know what it means. The economy is not going to be based on, you're not going to be opening shop, customer come, I have it and all that. You're not dragging customer, you're not putting up things for sale and looking for somebody that's going to buy them, you know. So it makes sense for you. All you need is just dedication. Meanwhile, I took a higher option here. So far it's going in my favor. Remember, it was going against me, you know, but currently it's going in my favor. But let's see how it ends. If this candle ends in red, it means I will lose the trade. If it ends in green, it means I will win the trade. But so far it's going in my favor and I won it. So you can see. So my current balance is $694. So we are just gisting, you know, and carelessly doing business. So that's the beauty of it. I'm just in the comfort of my room, you know, without being scorched by the sun, without being, you know, drenched by the rain. You just, as long as you have light, good thing. There's beginning to be a lot of light this time around than before, you know. So it's just that. Just give your time to eat, you know, stay a little bit out of the public space for some time. Just dedicate yourself, study, whatever it is you do not understand, you ask questions, whatever. You can even put a comment here, because I will read, and you can put a comment in this live, I will read and then respond to you too. So whatever it is you don't understand, you ask and I will answer you. Trading is good, but it takes time to mature for you to say, I mean, your ability to really start making money in it will take some time, which is normal. Of course, if you want to be a surgeon, you will put in the work. It will take you time, a lot of time and dedication to be a surgeon and all that. So whatever it is we are doing in life today, it took time for us to really establish ourselves in it. And then the good thing about this is, unless you are not trading, you can't be a trader for, let me say, a dedicated trader for 2 years and be poor. It's not possible. It's not that you might not be too rich, but then you won't be lacking unless you haven't really gotten so well with the skill. Even myself, I'm still evolving, I'm still transitioning, learning, improving every day. Every now and then I will hop into my chart, and then if you find something new, you try to back test it and all that, you know what I'm saying? Just like that, you go in. Just keep going and keep going, you know, keep going and keep going until it will get to a point when you now know that you have really built your confidence. At least you have mastered most of the trading systems, you know, so whichever one. But then another thing is, your mastery of a system does not really mean that you're not going to lose a trade. You still lose a trade. After all, it's something that has to do with future prognosis, meaning nobody is perfect. Nobody can just predict what's going to happen in the future and it happens perfect. You're not a god, you know. So it's something that has to do with the future. So you will be wrong most of the times. Definitely you will surely be wrong most of the times, but then what you are working is just to eventually be profitable at the end of the day, you know. As for being wrong, you will be wrong a whole lot of the time. Then your skill plus your money management skill too will then give you a very good result. It's as simple as that. Your money management skill plus your trading skill, you know, then you try as much as you can to withdraw your profits. Because I've seen, it has happened to me. I won't even say I've seen traders. This is from personal experience, where you just keep on compounding your profit. Before you know it, you will lose everything. Because the kind of system I trade with means that if I lose 6 trades, it means I'm going to lose all this money, you know. So going by that, if I am not withdrawing my profits, what it means is meanwhile I took a lower option here, and so far is going against me. As you can see, it's so far going against me. So I have already put a 2%, you know, prepared my destined account for 2% for next trade. 2% for next trade. This one is so far going against me, and I'm going to lose it because the expiration, then you have to be checking the expiration time, which is here. If you can see this small countdown timer, is actually the expiration time. So I took another trade. I am predicting a higher option. That is to say, I am predicting that this candle will end in green, but so far it's going against me. But let's just still see how it's gonna be. So on that basis, I have put in 5% for my next trade in case this one doesn't go in my favor too. But it's likely not gonna go in my favor, even though I would wish it goes in my favor. Well, why did I say that? Because this green candle is actually called a Marubozu candle. So Marubozu candle means a very strong bullish candle, even though, but then it often requires a retracement. But then depending on its position, it can be an exhaustion candle, meaning that the buyers are already weak and tired, so sellers now entered. So I still took another trade, another higher option trade. Remember, this is my third trade. I lost the first one, I lost the second one, and the third one is still going against me, you know, on 5%. So I will now enter 12% and prepare for the next trade for 12%. I've already prepared for it. So if this one doesn't end in green, it means I will take 12% of my capital. You can see my money has already dropped to $640, you know. So that is just how I roll. All right. That one also went against me. It also went against me. So on that basis, I now took 12% downwards. That's I predicted with 12% of my capital that the next candle will be red. But if it doesn't end in red, I will put 31% of my capital and then go again. If it loses, I will then wait until I see a perfect opportunity. Alright, you see I also lost that trade. So right now I took a trade of 31%, you know. So going by that, I have lost first, second, third, fourth. I am now on the fifth trade. Excuse me. What this means is, if I lose this fifth trade, my next trade is going to be 100% of my capital. So going by that, I will not take it immediately. I might have to look for another good opportunity to be able to take it. So this is just it. So what this thing simply entails is, if you put in, maybe as I put in $600 and something here, it means that I am just putting that $600 and something as a bet that I can lose it, you know. So this is why, meanwhile, I won this trade. The trade went in my favor and I won it on 31%. So you can see my current balance is now $720. So this is really something that is not designed for everybody. So it's not everybody that can be a trader, you know. It's not everybody can be a trader. So I currently have $720. So going by that, I started this evening with $659. So what it simply means, let me see if I have made up to 10% of my capital. So I started with 659. I currently have 720. Okay, I have made $61, which is 9.2% of my capital. So if I win one more trade, I will most likely complete my session, you know. So to get 10% of my capital, I'm looking at 724. Okay, that's to say, if I win one more trade, excuse me, if I win one more trade, I will most likely complete my session. So let me check and find another good opportunity. You know, this is one of those things, you can't really be certain of the direction a particular trade will take until you take it. You might just you know, speculate and assume, but then you are not a god, you know. So that you assumed something was gonna go a certain direction is not a guarantee or a certainty that it must go to your direction, you know. So that is why I said you're gonna lose a whole lot of time than you might even win, you know. So I'm currently looking for another good trade to take. So this money will get to 10%. The 10% on this profit is gonna be about this money will need to be 724. I currently have 720. That is to say, if I'm able to win one more trade, I will be done for this evening. So it's worth it. Then by tomorrow, I will be talking about how to enter trades, you know, with demo account, that is what you're going to be trading with, at least for now. Demo account will serve you a lot and make a whole lot of sense than trying. Even though I don't personally trade demo account because I see it as a waste of time, but then probably because I really think I have the mind or I have the money to really throw to get what I want. But then I don't trade demo account. I look at it as a waste of time. But it's really good to trade demo account. It's good if you can do it, you know. Trading is good. It's very, very good. Meanwhile, I'm looking for another opportunity. Trading is good, but you have to put in the work, and it's something you really don't have to retire very soon. It doesn't require a whole lot of strength, you know. And then the more you stay in it, the more you mature, the stronger you get, you know. Meaning, yeah, the more you mature, the more experience you become in it. Okay, I'm trying to see if I would take a trade. If this candle ends in green, I would take a lower option. So far it's going in red. It's going in red. So far it's going in red. If it ends in green, I'll take a lower option. If it ends in red, it means that the setup is invalidated. Alright. Alright. Looking for a good trade to take. That should be the last trade of my evening session. The last trade of my evening session. Okay. Okay. Alright, let me see how I go here. Alright, I took a higher option here. What it means, I'm predicting that this current candle will be green. Let me see how it goes. Maybe it will go against me. It's already going against me. Then I enter 2% and wait. Okay, it's going against me. Okay. Alright, I already prepared to enter to go again for 2%. Alright. I lost that first trade, so I'm now going with 2% of my capital. As is. Then I will prepare for 5% should this one also go against me. That is just how I do it. Okay, so far it's going in my favor, but it might still return because as long as that your 1 minute is not expired, you can't really say if the market will be in your favor or not, because anything can bring it down and it will go against you. It's as simple as that. But so far so good. Meanwhile, I have already prepared for 5% entry in case I have to. Okay, I am winning this trade. Okay, I just won it. All right, you can see I currently have 720. I currently have $726. This guy, I'm on. What's your problem? I currently have $726. It means I made how many percent? 726. Okay, I made about 10.16% in profit this evening. That's about $67 is what I made. Then total today I made a total of started with 561. So the total I made today is $165, which is 29% of my capital. I started with capital of 561 and made $161, which is 21%. So if you're in Nigeria and you're making $165, it simply means you just made 249,000 naira today, and this thing put together didn't take a whole lot of time. So this is just how it works. So I will end this trading session today. I will end it here. Then tomorrow I will try again, see if I can be able to take this account to $1,000. If I'm able to complete this account $1,000 this weekend, I will withdraw $500, and then we see how it goes. All right, take care of yourselves and do enjoy this wonderful weekend. Take care.